Hey everybody, crew at Blind Wave. I'm Aaron.
I'm Calvin.
I'm Shane.
I'm Eric.
And we're back with more Avatar.
Yep, yep.
I almost got to pee really bad.
What happened last episode?
Last episode was the Blue Spirit. Zuko helped Aang escape from the clutches of Admiral Zhao.
Frogs.
It really showed some moves he had.
Frog sucking occurred.
Which we have a poll.
We had, would you suck a frog or be very sick for an entire day?
Yes.
And we had 84 votes. 27.38 said they would not suck a frog.
Oh, we got some suckers in the audience.
And 72.62 said it, yeah, would.
We would.
Yeah,
We'd do it, and we'd do it with our head held high.
With a frog
Well,
in
I
the
mean,
mouth.
after it was held very low.
Philip Hughes says there is always a chance you can get high on a frog.
Yeah. Well, you can die, too. The really bright ones have poison secreting out of them, right?
So, what if
It had to be a North American frog.
So you could get high and die from a frog.
Well, it's frozen.
It's a frozen frog. Anything else?
Nope. We're still making our way north.
Making our way north. Faces fast and I'm homebound. Let's watch this show and hit the button.
If I could.
I made you a necklace, Katara.
Move it.
I thought since you lost your other one. Thanks, Aang. I love it.
Didn't she water bend and just get it?
Yeah, she could.
So, how do I look?
Oh my.
A sweet little guy. Just like Momo.
Boy.
Someone's being attacked by a platypus bear.
What?
Whoa, the
That's scary.
As if the platypus wasn't enough animals,
Oh, no,
they had to
this-
give it another type of animal.
Close one.
Oh.
Up,
Whoa, he laid an egg and ran away.
platypus's legs are the only mammals that do that.
Some weird fucking animals in this world.
Aunt Wu. She's the fortune-teller from my village.
Yeah.
That explains why you were so calm.
But the fortune-teller was wrong. You didn't have a safe journey. You were almost killed.
But I wasn't. All right, have a good one.
True.
An umbrella.
Huh.
That proves
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that is really cool.
Oh my gosh, this is the theme.
Hello there. Aunt Wu says I'm going to meet my true love. He's going to give me a rare panda lily. That's so romantic.
He's got arrows on his feet too. Then okay.
Now, who's next? Don't be shy.
The Oracle.
Me.
Yes, that's me.
He's like pointing at her with the arrow. That's kind of funny.
Well, I gotta find a bathroom.
Momo.
I can see that he's a very powerful bender.
Who?
Looks like someone had a pretty good bathroom break.
Yeah, when I was in there.
I don't even want to know.
Who's next?
Okay, let's get this over with.
Your future is full of struggle and anguish. Most of it self-inflicted.
But you didn't read my palms or anything.
I don't need to. It's written all over your face.
You will be involved in a great battle.
An awesome conflict between the forces of good and evil. A battle whose outcome will determine the fate of the whole world.
Yeah, I knew that already.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Anything about a girl?
A girl? Sorry, but I didn't see anything.
That woman is crazy. My life will be calm and happy and joyful. Ow!
I liked my predictions. Certain things are gonna turn out very well.
Who's the
They
bender?
Sure are. Why? What did she tell you? Some stuff. You'll find out.
You'll find out.
The cloud reading will tell us if Mount Makapu will remain dormant for another year or if it will erupt.
We
Now.
have
Yeah, you could just
tradition
fucking
once a
leave.
year of going up the mountain to check the volcano ourselves. But ever since Aunt Wu moved to the village 20 years ago, we have a tradition of not doing that.
The village will not be destroyed by the volcano this year.
Since I got you here, there's something I want to tell you. I like you, but more than normal.
You didn't fucking listen? Remote.
Hey, you. I bet Aunt Wu told you to wear those red shoes, didn't she?
Yeah, she said I'd be wearing red shoes when I met my true love.
Uh-huh.
So he just always
How
wears
many
red
times
shoes.
have you worn those shoes since you got that fortune?
Every day.
Then of course it's gonna come true!
Really? You think so? I'm so excited.
Like a cuckoo from Zelda.
The number one mistake nice guys like you make? Being too nice.
You can be too nice?
Yep. If you want to keep her interested, you have to act aloof. Like you don't really care one way or the other.
Well, okay. Hey, Aang. I was wondering. See you later.
Wow. That kid is good.
Oh no. Aunt Wu was wrong.
No one's gonna believe him, right?
You can't rely on Aunt Wu's prediction. You have to take fate into your own hands.
Look! Can your fortune telling explain that?
The clouds are made of water and air. So between the two of us, we ought to be able to bend them into any shape we want. I found it.
That's cool.
The symbol for volcanic doom. Oh my.
Oh shit!
It's a dark mark. Was Appa digging?
Not really sure what's going on there. Oh, he's carrying dirt. Okay. Well, that's good that there's earthbenders there, I guess.
That's lucky.
Good job, Mama.
Oh, shit.
What's he gonna do? Cool it?
Jeesh.
What's he doing?
Oh, he did cool it.
Yeah, he's making like a little wall, right?
Man, sometimes I forget what a powerful bender that kid is.
Wait, what did
Uh-oh.
you just say?
Nothing, just that Aang is one powerful bender.
I suppose he is.
She didn't realize so just now, huh?
No offense, but I hope this has taught everyone a lesson about not relying too much on fortune telling.
But Aunt Wu predicted the village wouldn't be destroyed, and it wasn't. She was right.
Just as you reshape those clouds, you have the power to shape your own destiny.
Goodbye, everyone. It was so nice to meet you. Take care, Meg. Take care. Floozy.
Alright, that was a fun little detour, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So this village, are they, you know, whenever we see like different colors in these like villagers' clothes, or do we just like, you know, all the earthbenders happen to be wearing green, you know?
Yeah.
But not everybody was wearing green, some people were wearing blue. Are they like, you know, Water Tribe refugees or something?
The only thing I would say is that when they show the map in the beginning, a good part of the world
Is
is
green.
Earth Kingdom
Yeah.
stuff, you know?
Yeah,
While the rest is Fire Nation and then some water and a little bit of air.
yeah.
So it's probably more than likely that most places they go is going to be Earth Kingdom related.
True.
So Earth Kingdom probably more prevalent, I guess.
Yeah. I just wonder if like there's ever like a conversation they have behind the scenes where like, well, this guy, put him in blue. That gives him a little bit of a history. You know, he could be, you know, disenfranchised Water Tribe that's made their way and started a new life somewhere. You know.
I think visually it's easier to
I'm just saying like, it could be.
Like
I'm just saying it could be a visual thing that like creates a kind of history.
Trying to give it like Star Wars in the Cantina. You're like,
A little
make this
bit.
guy have this. What's
Yeah.
his story? I'm like, I don't know. But that's what they want. I
Yeah.
want to wonder what their story is.
Yeah.
You know, the volcano like started to erupt with smoke coming out of it, and they're like, the volcano's erupting. And everyone's like, no, it's not.
Well, it could erupt. They just didn't think their village was going to be destroyed, right?
I don't know. That's what I wondered at the end too, because they said, "And I hope you don't listen to Fortune too much." And the guy's like, "Well, she said our village wouldn't be destroyed."
Yeah.
But I thought she said like the volcano won't erupt this year. Isn't that what she said?
No, she said the village is safe.
For another year, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is. The village would be safe for another year. So, Aang, I mean, they've seen this before. Aang likes Katara. But is this supposed to be a Katara realizes that she might like Aang? Or is it more of like she feels that, and then Fortuneteller's bullshit.
Maybe.
Aang's like, fuck.
Like maybe that is him then. I don't know. What? Maybe we'll see next episode. Maybe she starts like testing the waters.
I could see her being interested in Aang, but I also see her as thinking Aang's a little too immature for her, because she's always seems to be attracted to the slightly older characters that we've seen, like Jet, and like she kind of like patted Aang on the head in this one, kind of looked down on him in that point.
I could see that. I mean, she's like tall and pretty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But then like Sokka has that really cool line where he's like, sometimes I forget that how powerful Aang really is.
Yeah.
And Katara could see that as well.
Yeah. Maybe she forgets how good he is, and
Yeah.
maybe he could be a
Yeah.
love interest.
It's interesting. I mean, I like that kind of stuff. I mean, I usually like it peppered into a more lore like story, but this was cool too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the theme of fortune telling. Fortune telling is usually people, will read into their fortune more than a fortune teller actually tells you what it is. So it's an interesting theme for a kid show, I think.
Yeah.
One thing I really got from this episode though is just Aang striving and wanting, and this makes sense with his whole backstory. Like, I think he wants to be more normal than he wants to be the Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
For sure.
Well, like with the fortune, it's like you're gonna be the hero and saving the world.
He's like,
and
yeah, that's
whatever
fine,
else,
and everything, but
he's like, I just want to know who's my love interest.
yeah. Well, she's like, well, your destiny is wrapped up in your accomplishments, not what people are gonna. No, people that care about you, and that's seems, it's just like with his backstory. Like, he wanted to be a kid and hang out with his friend, but they're like, no, you gotta be the Avatar. You have responsibility, and he just
Left.
he doesn't want that. He
Never
left,
mind.
and now he feels guilty.
Yeah.
He could feel the same way with Katara. Like, if I put my energy into that, then I'm ignoring the world. So I guess I just have to sacrifice myself for that. It's an interesting idea.
It's a pretty mature theme, actually.
It is, yeah.
I guess it's like I don't know. It was just like a kind of like a science versus faith kind of thing. Then I guess, right? Is that what it's kind of going with? Because like they were talking about, can your science prove the rain? Like, yes, it can.
Yeah.
Like
I don't think it's a matter of science versus faith. I think it's a matter of finding the happy point in the middle. You compare the two, like, you can have scientific data, but what really matters is your theory on how to explain that data. The same thing with a fortune. You can have a fortune, but how you interpret that fortune can drastically change outcomes. I guess it could be comparable. I was gonna say maybe a cool poll with like, do you believe that there's any truth to fortune telling?
Like IRL?
Yeah. Is there any kind of way someone like that could have a intuitive nature of that sense, of a fortune-telling sense? It might be interesting to poll the audience like that. Because, I mean, I don't, but I don't think it's, like, fucking ridiculous if you do.
I've never had a fortune told and stuff, but I don't know that I believe that someone can just tell your future and stuff. And like psychic kind of stuff. I don't know that that's true.
Mm-hmm. I need a lot of examples of people that do, like, cold reading, that are able to get information out of you that you don't really know that you're
don't realize it and
realizing. But when it comes to like fortune telling itself, like the rule of thumb is like be as vague as possible. That way you can interpret a whole bunch of things. It's whenever you have very specific, very narrow fortunes that these come true. Like, okay, well, we need to take a closer look at this person.
Yeah.
Well,
like Psych was like the whole show was about a guy who's like he's just really just like a detective.
Yeah.
But he pretends to be a psychic.
Yeah.
And most of the time he's doing through is just like going through and like reading people or something that he sees like on a sleeve or on a notebook that they don't realize is left open or whatever, and he's just, what? How'd you know that? I just know things.
Should we make the poll? Is there any value in fortune telling versus belief?
That's definitely a different question. Do you believe it?
That's
I can
what
say
I'm saying.
I can find value maybe in it, but I don't believe in it at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so we won't make it about necessarily do you believe it's possible. Do you think there's value in fortune telling or a medium or something like that, right? I would say I'm going to go on the side of no, just because I feel like people get taken advantage of in this kind of situations more than they find like
Actual
closure.
Yeah.
At least this chick isn't, paying money. But people that are in terrible grief, these people prey on people in grief and say, I can have you, talk to your deceased mother for $400,
Yeah.
And then they say, oh, your mother loves you. That's it. I don't know what the money is.
There's also been psychics and stuff too where like they come in from like a child abduction and stuff like that, and they're like, oh, they're still alive, I can feel them, they're this way or they're that way or whatever, and then like 10 hours later they show up and they're dead, and like you gave us hope, and
true,
like that kind of stuff. Like
there's also been cases where they said something broad and vague, but they end up being like accidentally, I think, sending the people in the right direction.
Unless they actually had a power.
Really?
Depends
Yeah,
on.
there has been cases of that. Yeah.
Where?
Who was the very, very famous medium that died here like 5 years ago? And she had like 2 cases out of like 1,100 that she actually helped. Like the police department thanked her officially for her help. But I mean, it's one of those things where it's like she's, I sense that she's in the water. I think she's in water, and they find her in the fucking lake. Pretty good chance they probably
Fucking
threw her in
90%
some
of the
water.
fucking world is water.
Yeah, I know. So anyway, do you find value? I personally don't. But you, Shane?
I mean, if you're weighing it, I think there's more wrong
Yeah.
versus good. For
Sure.
I believe in a lot of things. I don't fucking believe in that.
Yeah.
I think there's less value than there is good value. I mean, like you said, I think there's a lot of crooks.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean, my thing was like using it as a way to talk to people, giving them good hope when there should be. Just how that woman was giving Aang advice, change your destiny.
Because even if this woman here actually had no power, she still believed she did, and she still technically people were happy. Like that one guy wasn't
Yes,
freaking
I'm not
about.
saying
That one
that's
guy's not freaking out about trying to find a girl.
Because he's always wearing worse.
He's just always wearing, so he's always feeling confident. Like today's probably the day I'm gonna meet my love. So every day is probably a pretty good day for that guy.
Yeah. So is that good value then, or is that?
It's a way of looking at the world that is just different, I guess. It's how you, it's like we said, it's how you interpret it.
It's like a sugar pill.
Yeah, like a
It's
placebo.
It's not actually doing anything for you. But
Yeah. So I say no. Shane, you say? Calvin?
No.
No. Aaron?
I guess no.
No? Okay. Well, I could see us all saying no, but I imagine there's people out there that might have different opinions.
That's not to say that in certain circumstances, like, if we're going into a world like this where, like, fortune telling could be a thing.
Yeah. I mean, if they can move
Like,
fucking
definitely there's some
Earth,
value
then
there.
I would
Well, if I was
imagine that's
him,
one.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
But I mean, Sokka, he's seen all these incredible things Aang can do, but he still thinks that's bullshit.
Yeah.
And, like, even though she did go with very generic and very inspecific stuff, she was still right.
I appreciated the show didn't give us a clear answer if she was right or wrong
Yeah.
in terms of her ability, but she didn't ask for money or anything like that. That was cool. I like that part.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what we think. We want to hear what you guys have to think. You can find that poll and more all at patreon.com/blindwave. Down in the description of this video is all links to our social media. We'll be back with another episode of Avatar next week, so I hope you guys come back and check us out. I'm Eric.
I'm Shane.
I'm Calvin.
I'm Aaron.
Momo, hit the button. Look at Shane head. Ah!